What the hell is going on? How we doing?
So, just working the vacuum sealer pretty fucking hard over here.
I guess, yeah, you've got lots of shit to be vacuum sealed now, eh?
Oh yeah, I'm up into, I don't know, I got at least fucking 60 or 80 ounces packaged probably.
Good God.
That's not even fucking half of it. Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Wait till Canada Post fucking opens up again. Fuck.
Well, actually, I was just wondering about that earlier today as I was driving by the post office when in fact that happened again.
I was checking on it today and there, no agreement reached.
As much as it inconveniences me, I am very much a working man and for the working person. And as much as this shit inconveniences me, I'm like, yeah, you guys fucking like strategically, it was done at a very, what better time, right? This is where the crush is happening.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Where the fuck's my grinder? There's my grinder.
Oh, fuck. This BAM1 is fire.
Straight cool, homie. What up, Joel? Caveman cake cup.
We're getting close to time there. Oh, yeah. 15 minutes. We're already hanging out there.
I'm rolling up a little investment dog here. Harvested it there. Fuck, I want to say Sunday, I think it was. And it's dry enough for testers as of this morning. So guess what I did first thing this morning?
Smoked up fucking investment dog.
Fucking right.
How do you know?
Okay, so here's one that I want to open this up for like debate here. I honestly, when it comes down to like national anthems and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of ours. I'm not against it necessarily. I'm just saying I'm thinking we could do better is what I'm getting at. And for Canada, you think of something that like actually symbolizes Canada shit. You know that fucking YouTube song "Out for a Rip"? Fucking a Shark Tank or Shark Bait or whatever I think they were called. That should be our fucking national anthem. Fucking right.
So I was like at my buddy's the other day having some beers, right? And he fucking burns a fucking hole in my jacket, right? So I throw him in the snowbank, feeding some fucking lefts and rights. How you doing now, bud?
Look it up and say, "Hey, fucking ain't right." Yeah, it's a great fucking song.
Yeah, I love sending that to some of the American guys.
And it's like every person I think that I've ever talked to from Canada, at least about that song, it's like, yep, that reminds me of high school.
Yep. Just ripping around being an idiot.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna get so fucked up. I'm already halfway there. Like physically and medically. Like, dude, I've been working fucking hard the last couple days because I kind of decided I'm tired of fucking killing myself to make other people look good. And kind of had a big fucking, almost like a bit of a fucking meltdown at one point in time over the summer. But now, my boss is actually seen fit to fucking just give me a truck and a fucking new guy that he's getting better. I gotta give him credit. He had a good day today. But, typically not that great. And, if I can turn me loose and see what we can do. Because it's like he was saying to me, like, it's just about any time you put me on a crew, doesn't matter who it is or where it is, the production will almost just about double when I'm around. And so it's like, okay, here you go. So, but now that he's going to be looking at me and making sure the production is still getting done and shit like that, I'm just like, fucking right. So let's just go back to normal Brad mode and fucking and I'm not as used to it because I've had to intentionally not like you head down working, and then before you know it, you're going like you normally would, just hair straight back flying, and you're like, no, I can't be doing that. I don't do that anymore. But now I'm like, fuck yeah, I do that. I do that again.
Oh, yeah, but boss looking at you for the numbers. Well,
yeah. Well, because now I actually will receive the credit for that for the work I'm doing, right? For a long time, probably the first almost 3 years of doing this show, I was working with Rod, who is a great guy, but Rod is 63 years old. And the next youngest guy on that crew was 53 years old. Guess how old I turn next month? 43. Right? So when the 43-year-old is the youngest guy on the crew, he's still going to be doing all the shit work because, the next two guys are fucking 10 and 20 years younger. And it sucks. But now I've got a young 26-year-old kid that can actually... I've realized if you can shut his brain off and just give him physical labor to do, and here's what I want of you, take those fucking, and he can do it. If you can bring it down to about a 3-step process for him and just say, here's the work, Sheldon, and it was like his brain almost shuts off. He knows what to do. Because if you kind of give him a chance to think and wonder about what it is he's doing, I have those what the fuck moments where I'm watching him and I can clearly tell he's lost and just doesn't know what to do next, right? And we were able to completely avoid that. Now, we had a ridiculous amount of work today. It was, I'm like, my back is already giving me shit for it. So tomorrow morning will be interesting. But it was like good. I had fun today.
I didn't know you were live. I'm glad I didn't say anything or do anything dumb.
Fuck. I'd almost forgot myself there, but at the same time, not. It's like as soon as I came in and before I even put myself up on the screen, I was like, I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I'm over here just doing whatever.
That's awesome. That means you must be high as shit too.
Oh, big time. I'm packaging up some of this BAM #1 right now, and this stuff is straight fire. It's probably the nicest looking of the BAMs for sure. It's got really, really, really tight structure. It's got nice trichome coverage, and for an outdoor plant, it performed very well. Bag appeal, weight, the whole nine. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, can't really complain about that. Got back to the ball vape the other day and plugged that back. Been rocking that out pretty steadily, which is nice. That thing's awesome.
Very cool.
Marcus Green Thumb, what's going on? Hoobie, J. Patrick, J5, Kingfisher, Hooley. Boys.
Cheers, Marcus. Great to see you. How's the little ass kickers doing, dude? And I was actually speaking of little ass kickers. So his kids have been doing some Brazilian jiu-jitsu and whatnot. I love to hear about that. Me and Marcus talk about this stuff somewhat frequent. And talking to my daughter just with this past weekend, she was saying she would like to that we got a judo academy here in my town. And she was saying she would be interested in that. I was like, really? That's cool.
Yeah, judo. I was in judo a couple of rounds back in the day as a kid. Like the art of like taking someone down.
Yeah,
so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she would have fun with it because she likes to wrestle around and get rough every once in a while as it is. And then if you teach her, I think things like the disciplinary aspect of it would be very good for her. I think she's maybe like a lot of kids at that age, they don't really necessarily have an identity what they want to be yet. They're easily led, and I think that would be great. And then in fact, you never know, maybe she gets into doing competitions and actually legitimately likes it. Maybe she gets kicked in the face and decides, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
That's good. Good times. I'm gonna smoke. I need a smoking device here. Hold on.
So I'm smoking on, like I said, the investment dog. Yeah, it's still pretty shaggy. But there it is. We're just doing tester nugs right now. But even these greenish tester nugs, though, they're still, man, she's straight fuel.
Cheers, everybody.
I just took my back out there. Today was more interesting than I thought, apparently. Let's see what we got here. I think we should rip a dab for all of our awesome friends in live chat here.
Yeah, jab it up, folks.
Fuck, 6 a.m. open mat jiu-jitsu, dude. That's fucking rad. In my town, the only thing that's open at 6 a.m. is the 7-Eleven. That's badass. Something like that would actually, well, I work at 6, but if you had like a late night or an early morning, would it be even better? Something like that would be huge. Like you spell on a Saturday or something like that. Jump in on something like that would be fun. But like by the time I get off of work, I'm like, after swinging a saw and throwing fucking wood around all day, I ain't fucking got no interest in doing exercise in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know, when I'm swinging wood around, it's usually exercise.
Chiba, you're making me blush.
You fuckers, fuck you. I owe you guys for last time. You guys ended the show on a fucking high note. That was hilarious.
Oh, fuck, that's right. I forgot about that.
Fluff made a joke about someone touching my pee-pee, and then you hit end.
Well, you were just like, oh, shut her down or whatever.
Oh,
I was like, okay, let's.
Red as a.
Because I was, if I recall, like, we went late, didn't we?
We went 11:30, I think.
Yeah, it was fun. Cheers, Raiden.
Yeah. True friendship right there.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Raider?
Yeah, I was explaining that to the new guy today, or one of the things I was explaining was that the more you can make me laugh, the more I'll like you. Then he said something about us listening to a Dead Kennedy song came on my playlist there. And he said, oh, yeah, this is a good song. I was like, fuck, you know the Dead Kennedys? Like, oh, yeah. I see there. Right there. Now you might be acceptable. The more you can make me laugh, and if you got decent taste in music, the more I will like you.
Twig twitching, eh?
Oh, that's right. Happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. That's right. You get big happy turkey eating day for all y'all. Cheers to everyone that celebrates. Hope you all are getting your bellies full. Us Canadians, we had that one about a month ago.
Oh, yeah, I did good back then, too. Yeah, it's all the same fixings, you know. We got the turkey and mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. I like making the sweet potato casserole kind of thing, like with the brown sugar. You know, make it
I get down with that.
Yeah, more into a desserty kind of thing.
Yeah,
my grandma used to do this. I don't know about you, like anyone else, but she used to make like a Jello salad kind of thing that you served with dinner. So I guess kind of like cranberry sauce, sort of like a cold little jelly thing, but it was usually like orange flavored with like sour cream, not sour cream, maybe sour cream in it. Something that made it the Jello like a kind of whitish and like the, you know, cheesecake, not cheesecake flavor, but you know, oh fuck, it was good stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah. My old lady makes her homemade cranberry sauce, which is freaking amazing. And like, so it's not turkey time for us yet, but you know, Christmas because it's coming up here right around the corner. That's typically a turkey day for a lot of people. And we've managed to get ourselves invited over to the in-laws for Christmas because they're not doing fuck all for Christmas, and neither Ashley and I either, right? We're just gonna I'll probably end up spending time on YouTube and Discord hanging out with y'all. And it's because we don't have kids here. And it was just kind of like, yeah, another day we'll probably do a stocking up for each other just because it'll be exciting and all that. And Yeah.
Yeah, this year will be a little different. I think the kids are coming here. I'm not sure exactly what the full plans are, but that's gonna be different for me this year. But you know, got my parents around, so that's gonna be extra special. So
Yeah. 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 I love
okay, yeah, Hooli knows what I'm talking about. The old school fucking molds that grandma and shit would get from the fucking Tupperware lady.
We got a whole whack.
Or ambrosia salad, that fucking marshmallow and coconut or whatever. Marshmallow and coconut.
Yeah, I can eat a ridiculous amount of that shit if you let me. It's fuck yeah. See what one of the things I like doing is like making Jello with fruit in it. Even if you like go grab some frozen fruit mix from like the grocery store or whatever, and even throw that in there or whatever, that makes for some pretty damn good Jello.
Yeah. We didn't even talk this show. It's at 8 p.m. on the dot. We're already into the munchies. I love it.
People are like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Well, this is my Friday night. I'm starting my weekend early. I've got an appointment tomorrow. Excuse me. Ooh. Son's leaving high school this year. And he's got, anyone that doesn't know, my son has Down syndrome. So we've got a meeting to discuss some of his options coming up in the future. With life after high school, life after school for kids like him. So
yeah,
be a lot of information I'm looking forward to getting, which is good because I thought it was in the evening and I was not going to be able to make it. But it's at 9 in the morning, so I can make it no problem. So that's fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Stoked about that. Usually I miss a lot of fucking shit due to work and stuff, right? So not this time.
Yeah, good times. Just walking in the door, and I was like trying to do the should I water all the plants and break out the BBT real quick before showtime and stuff like that. And then, like, as soon as I sat down, I'm like, ain't shit happening. I'm just gonna sit here and fucking relax for a bit. It fucking feels nice, man. Feels nice.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to come into that zone for myself. I've been a lot really tense the last couple years, or just I don't know, the high anxiety, whatever it is. I haven't talked to a doctor, nothing. I should really, but just stresses of life, I guess, building up.
Yep.
And not just a couple days, but I've been realizing lately that I'm actually taking a few minutes here and there to just completely do me and let go of all the outside shit and actually enjoy a few moments. So that's been really helping a lot, because I think it's with my mom here. Mom's being mom, man. She take care of me.
That's awesome.
Getting some of my shit in line for me and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm getting a little sense of relief there and let my shoulders down a bit.
I know that when the ex and I split, my parents are 4 hours away, but the support I was able to get from them was fucking amazing. Like, when she got caught cheating, I was out of town working about 4 hours away, and my parents live about 4 hours on the opposite side from where I went, right? So 8 hours from where I was working to get to my parents' place. So it was like, well, okay, so this was the last day. We're going home today anyways. And like, I'm fucking freaking out about going home and spending the weekend around that, because that's just a really explosive situation, potential for violence, maybe. I don't know, right? I don't want. And it was just like, I asked my dad if he could fucking meet me at my place, and me and the kid go up to their place for the weekend. And it was amazing. I've never been close really with my parents. We're not super distant. Like, we go and see each other a few times a year. But now I make sure I'm up there fucking constantly. I practically lived there for the first 6 months of the year, which was amazing too, because it's just like, I didn't like, that was like, that was a time when you knew, if there was a time that you needed them kind of thing. And that was the time that I needed them, like, where just like the whole world just fucking rocked and fell out, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't even know. Yeah. And my sisters, God bless them too. I am not close with my sisters at all. I don't even talk to my brother. Haven't spoken to him in, I'll bet you, 8 years. There's just, I got a fucked up family, and we'll leave it at that. But my sisters, they're, you know, I like kind of talk to them a couple times a year, but even when that was going shit, they were there for me, and I like couldn't, I was so appreciative. And like now, like they're kind of going through that shit too, but different, but kind of similar. And you want to be there for them, but they're kind of not really letting you. But there's also the youngest sister's been told that I'll fucking knock your boyfriend out. He is not safe around me. Straight the fuck up. I'm tired of his disrespect of you, and it will not be tolerated by me. So if you did, and they're on the verge of calling it quits, anyways. But I think she's in like that feeling trapped situation. She doesn't make much money. She doesn't really have anywhere to go, and she's a bit of a complete alcoholic wreck. You know, every once or twice a year, she'll give it a half-assed attempt at maybe sobering up, which will last a week or two, but it's only ever half-assed. And it's like, man, like, Steph, I want to be here for you and like get through this. But it's like when you're not even.
I can speak to the sobriety thing pretty straightforward because I wasn't a day-to-day drinker, but it came a point though that there was probably beer in the house all the time. Like I didn't drink it all the time to get buzzed, but on the weekends and shit I did. And when I did drink, I drank in excess, heavy excess.
Yeah.
And to put it down was hard because it was my whole social fucking outlook on life. I was hanging out with beers in my hands. Smoked a lot. So it was always the weed guy. But I was also a fucking waste case. So yeah, man. It's hard. It's tough. It's fucking not easy, man. And yeah.
Yeah.
For trying, but
for the longest time, I was the guy that everyone figured was going to like kind of Bon Scott or John Bonham themselves to just go to sleep one night, choke on their own fucking vomit because they're so shithouse that. And, you know, and thankfully we've got past all that kind of thing because it's, you know, and then seeing my sister, because that's the thing where it's like you see the youngest one I'm speaking of, alcohol is the common denominator with her and her spouse, right? And there's a earlier this year they'd actually lost their fucking kids for, I think it was a week or two, because cops got called to their place at like 2 or 3 in the morning because there's a fucking drunk whatever they call it, conflict dispute, whatever, right? Cops show up, okay, you can't have kids around here anymore or anything like that. And then what came out of that is the kids are they are not allowed to have the kids around if they're going to be drinking. If you guys are going to drink, you have to get rid of the kids, send them to grandma and grandpa's, uncle and aunties, wherever they got to go, but you got to get them out of there. And
cheers, Prowler.
Cheers, dude. And yeah, but and Steph, when that happened, she kind of made one of those, the more serious versions of her half-assed attempt to sober it up. But her boyfriend was just straight up, no, I don't need to. You know, I'll lose my kids for this, but I don't need to.
Yeah, it never really affected my children too much. Like being hungover did.
Yeah.
Not being the drunk part. I was never really around the kids drunk at all. Like I was, but I wasn't. Like it wasn't my. I didn't sit at home and get wasted all the time. But yeah, it was just. And I'm just so sad that I didn't do that earlier, because I can't socially drink properly. We figured that out early on, but I just powered through it and still went to parties and would drink the whole case of beer and fall over and all that bullshit. I wish I would have done it earlier, but I'm still, hey, I don't really have a date where it happened, because I will have a drink now. Like if I'm sitting around and, you know, someone's mixes up around a Caesars at a barbecue, sure, I'll have a Caesar or I'll have a beer or give me a, I don't know if I've had any like whiskeys or anything. Like I've had a couple of rum and cokes, like, but I'm not like, as soon as the buzz kicks in, the alcohol buzz, it's petrifying now. It's not like that, oh yeah, give me more. It's like as soon as I start to feel it, I'm like, ugh. Fucking nope. 2 waters, 3 waters, please. Fucking.
I would love a nice cold.
I don't even really do it
after work every once in a while on a hot summer day kind of thing. Be able to have that nice cold one. It'd be so nice, but I'm at the point now where I'm over 6 years without even a sip, and it's like I just don't want to reset the clock, right?
Yeah.
To be because one of the things is I know work with a bunch of guys that drink rarely. You know, like they're maybe get drunk 3 times a year or whatever kind of thing, right? You know, I've partied with them lots, so you know they've definitely come a long ways. But when they're sitting there fucking trying to fucking talk it up like I don't drink, and I'm like, well, no, either you do or you don't. At the end of the day, well, yeah, but I only do it like once or twice a year. But yeah, but you drink when you do. I don't. I fucking don't. I can honestly say I do not fucking drink, and that's. It's one of those things where
I just don't want to ever be in the mindset of like it just puts you in it makes you a different person. You think less of certain things that you should probably be focusing more on. And I did a lot of, concentration on things I shouldn't have really cared about for many years, where I should have been more family oriented or whatever it may be. Doing more stuff with the kids instead of being hungover. That's a big one, So.
Where I'm actually really glad that I quit drinking, though, is before the divorce process and all that shit happened. Because honestly, I would have been, I can be pretty angry as it is, but when you're angry over situations that are having that kind of drastic effect, and I would have been that idiot on Facebook and on Instagram and everywhere where we've all seen those friends where they're going through an emotional something and they're clearly fucking loaded and just posting up on Facebook. And you're like, dude, just like put the phone down, man. Like, and that would have been me.
If I was a drinker,
where people will lose self-respect or respect for myself. And I'm sure I've already had some pretty foul things to say that have caused people to lose respect, right? But it doesn't need to start making it worse.
Yeah.
Cheers, 2 cents. I'm going to be nice to 2 cents tonight, but only because it's a holiday over there. Tomorrow morning, we go back to shitting all over him at every chance. But for the night, cheers, 2 cents. Let's do a dab, brother.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jeffro, Flower Girl, Jenny, great to see you.
I just hit an empty pipe. That's fucking funny.
Cheers, Lori. I see.
Such a good decision, and it's so nice having like people that didn't drink either around me. At the time, Candace had pretty well given up drinking. I don't know if she'll have wine or whatever. I guess I don't really know, but she didn't really drink, so it helped me there. I didn't have it in the house or in my face like with my partner at the time, so that was awesome. Some friends I'm hanging out with now aren't really drinkers. I don't really hang out with anyone that actually pursues alcohol as a something to go to. And I have some friends too that are just constant beer drinkers. Every time you see them, like they're just straight up always have a can of beer in their hand. And yeah, man, it's just not my scene no more. I'm amazed at how long I lived life like that.
That was actually kind of me for a lot of years. There was when we might have even been in the late teens, like 18, 19 or early 20s, somewhere in and around there. Somebody had said something to me about like they're going through pictures of photo albums and stuff or whatever, decks of their printed pictures that they had. This is before we had the digital, these phones out, right? And they're like, every picture of you have a beer in your hand. And so I actually kind of took that as a major point of pride and was like, made kind of sure to always have beer. And if you're at a party and like if people find you see someone with a camera or whatever, you're going to make sure if they get a picture with me, I'm going to have a beer because that just seems to be my thing. Right. And it'd be no different than fucking having a joint in my hand. Now, if somebody told me that, I'd probably have a pretty good giggle and chuckle at it and be like, yeah, fuck, that's right. I smoke a lot of weed, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, it's funny now because like Some guys pick up on it. When I go out meet all the boys on the sleds at the lakes or something, like they all know now that I'm not partaking, and no one really bugs me about it or whatever because they're all fucking animals. So yes, but whatever. Let's talk about cannabis again and how good it is.
It is good. It is
I
good.
was thinking, hey, here, hold on one second while I got the thought. Since I have such a large harvest and I won't have to worry about weed for a while, and I don't really feel like growing, really, I think I might pop some of the longest that I got, the teens, up in the teens and 20-weeker stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, I don't need it, right? So let's try to fucking run some shit.
This is cool because I've heard you say for years now that you are a fan of those, but it's not what you've been growing for whatever reason. Don't need to give one even. Just it's it is what it is. You haven't gotten there. Mm-hmm. I like it. So are we thinking maybe are you gonna kind of just start small and flip them small and just let them go so that they'll fit in tents?
So I don't have a big, huge, giant mess because my very first indoor plant ever was I want to say Sensi Star or Sativa Star. It was one of those two. The name I know it was something Star, but anyways, I grew it to like a couple feet, trained it, did everything, flipped it, and it didn't care that I flipped. It just kept growing, right? And then it eventually literally went like up and around the light and like it would turn into a tree. So I had to throw it out, get it out of the house. It just didn't work. But I'm like, damn it. And then I tried growing them outdoors and they just grow big, wispy shit that nothing really happens. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need some for a long time. I may as well. Because my friend gave me Todd McCormick OG Hayes open pollination seeds. He bought a pack and then just ran it for no flower, just straight seed reproduction, and gave me a little container of it. So pretty stoked on that. And then I'm sure I got some other longer running stuff. Like I got some stuff from Hawaii from Tardis.
That could be fun. Depending on your timeline and stuff like that, when Canada Post opens up, I got some of Jimmy's stuff I could send your way too.
The longer stuff, nice.
Yep, because he's what do I got? I got some of the black Cuban rickshaw, which he says you're probably starting off at 16 weeks.
Yeah, see, I'm looking for something around like 16 to 20 weeks, something crazy and stupid.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm looking at his Lilith right now, which I'm thinking probably going to be about 11 to 12 weeker. I think we're hitting 9 weeks on Sunday, and it's coming around the corner pretty quick. And I like it. Almost smells like is it double bubble? The buckets of bubble gum. You know what I mean? Like you see baseball players with it all the time and shit like that. It kind of smells like if Double Bubble made lemon flavored Double Bubble. It's neat, but but my old lady says she gets like a smell of like Crocs off it, like the slipper shoe things, right? Like if you'd opened up a fresh box of those or some stuff. And she worked in a retail store, so she knows what she's talking about, I assume. Cheers, Sheldon. How you doing, man? Cheers, Miranda Family Farms.
Hey, yeah.
Bay.
In the house.
A lot of cool cats hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it all.
Little cats, kittens. Oh shit! I'm pretty big.
A lot of cats where it's at. Y'all a cool bunch of cats.
That friggin' ball vape thing. That's like it's like a ninja. You're just smoking on it. It's like, oh, this is this great little vape thing, and then 20 minutes later, you're like
skull fucked,
all pasted out, and fucking can't speak.
I was all excited to see Colton. Well, for a lot of reasons, I want to hang out with him again over the last weekend. But he get my fucking vape back.
Yeah, it's like I do have an interest in growing, obviously, and it's growing still, but like the need to right now is obviously not there. But I kind of do want to test a couple things because now this gives me the opportunity to test some plants, but not worry about the flag. it's hard for me to run plants and then just kill them. I have to flower them out. It's just something. But some of the seed stock that I've made, I'd like to actually test them myself. I've given a bunch out, and I haven't heard shit all back. But.
Magpie who sent me a fucking killer package a while ago, and in that package was a vial of Tiger Lily Auto reg seeds, and it's got me super interested because, well, we've seen that we can probably pull a few plants off at my dad's place outside. I do think autos is probably a better way to go while we're dialing shit in. Keep doing outside photos, and eventually we'll find something that hits and really works out there. But in the meantime, put out multiple batches of fucking autos every summer, spring kind of thing, and just do multiple harvests like that and make up your smoke that way. But I want to breed some stuff up. Like, I've got a whole bunch of auto flower shit here, and I think that would be fun. And come out with a breeding project for up at my dad's place where the idea is to make a strain that is, meant for here, and really see if we can get that to pump.
Yeah, my favorite style of auto is like the single colas. Just grows one big 1.5 foot long bud with a couple satellites. I don't mind the big plant ones, but
I'd be fine with that. I've had the Afghani phenos that look a lot like that, and I love them. And at one point in time, I was putting serious thought into working a line to see if I could get kind of, because if you think, in theory, at some point, you should be able to get like fucking 2-liter pop bottles. Right? Grow a fucking sea green of that. Hey, that's it, right? Is it sea green I'm thinking of? So. Yeah, fuck, I'm high and confused. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? You could just grow fucking 30 fucking massive single stem donkey dicks in just a small area.
It would be neat to have the patience of Colton and the artistic ability. Yeah, how he did that little nest plant. Is that thing still the bowl plant or whatever? Does he still have that, or is it dead? Long dead now?
I think it's dead, but I think he has the bowl.
Okay.
I can't recall.
Like, I was looking at some shit the other day, old gardening techniques and stuff, and there was like a braiding technique for certain plants. Like you grow them up and turn them all to the one way and twist the branches together or whatever, and it grows like a hedge, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, If you actually trained it, like if you knew what you were doing and had the ability to, every other week go in and do your training and make it come out right. I don't have the ability to do that. I don't think I'd fuck it up for sure. But you could grow like a nice intertwined braided row of stalks, and then on top of that would be a fucking nice canopy of colas come the fall. But I think it would, like for me, it might be easy because I have so much seed stock or whatever. I could just grow a bunch or fucking, run the cloner and make a bunch and actually grow them out like a fence. That would be awesome. Little courtyard made out of weed hedges.
Be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm baked. Or put up that out or above ground pool I have and surround it with giant plants. Ooh. Actually, the chlorine water would just burn the piss out of it. Kids playing there once, the plants would be dead.
Yeah. Oh my god. You think like what a bunch of just
seen it before.
Fucking buds or something like that.
Well, I've seen it before. The kids, I don't know if it was a video, but I've seen it before where a kid watered the plant with the pool water. So they thought they were doing, watering the plants for dad or whatever, right? But it's fucking highly chlorinated pool water. When you put 3 liters or so through 5-gallon bucket. Fucking poor plant just getting roasted.
I'm pretty sure I boiled one of my Durban halfies to death. Like I think when I walked in there last night, that was like this thing's fucking like it's on the verge of yellowing. It was nice and dark green like 2 days before or whatever last time I looked at it. And I started thinking about it, I pick it up and it's in a fabric pot, about 3 weeks into bloom, and it's fucking heavy, so it's still got water in it, but it's in the furnace room. And when you close the door with the furnace on, it gets real fucking hot in there. So I think last time I filled it up, I gave it like it was sitting in nutrient solution. So it was, I think that heated up and just kind of boiled it up because I was looking at it like there's no point trying to save that plant. For how long it would take to heal, it's just not worth it that far into bloom. So,
well, if this BAM one's hitting good, man, my exhaust fans are like extra loud or something. I can hear them better now. They sound louder. They're not. Just all zoned out. I'm like, that fucking fan is loud. No, I'm just zoned out on it. Yeah, more dab.
Like the time for dab. I'm glad I had the presence of mind to make lots of extra supper last night so that I don't have to worry about cooking tonight. Like, tonight really is one of those days where, like, once we're done here, I'll go pick my missus up, and then I'm pretty much just going to lay in bed and watch TV till I fall asleep about 5 minutes after I lay down, which is probably what will happen. And then I'll wake up at midnight and be like, oh, let's go to work now.
No, 2 Cents wants to grow off. Looks like he wants a third place fucking trophy or something.
Do we like give out participation trophies to people like 2 Cents?
It's hard with the border. You can't, once there's a border, there's nothing. Well, it's grow off to me kind of sucks until you're there. Like what they did at Booth South was awesome. Everyone showed up, slapped jars on the table, took one, numbered it or whatever, or gave it to Doc Vapor, and he numbered it or whatever, put it in sequence and put it away. So that was there. So you were still smoking all the samples. I don't think you knew though. So you couldn't like be biased or anything, right? Like,
yep.
Still go to the table and just smoke whatever. And then there was hundreds of other, well, not hundreds, but multitude of other strains there as well, right? So it was pretty awesome. But the grow off was, you had a dozen or so people intensely looking at it, just like any other judging competition, with magnifying and smelling and smoking and passing it around. I don't know, like when you do it online with the pictures and stuff like that, it's like, it's not the same. Still fun though. I'm not trying to take away from the fun of it.
Yeah, whole point well made though.
Better when you can touch it and look around, and it's more like an Insta off. Who's got the best Insta pictures? Who can get the most ooh and ahs? That's, if you call it that, it's different, right? Colton's gonna win because he's a fucking master photographer.
Yeah. Well, I got bad strain alert or bad grower alert. I should put out there. I forget the company name. I want to say it's like Always High or something like that. But we grabbed a half ounce of what's called Dragon's Breath there the other day, and this is some of probably the worst dispensary weed I've ever gotten, to be honest. It burns like black as shit, doesn't want to stay lit, like was just powder fucking dry when you open it. And I was just like, wow. And I think me and the old lady were like both in I don't think that package will get finished. I think we might put it away somewhere for if we ever get super hurting. but I don't actually foresee either of us getting hurt enough to
Finishing the
smoke that.
bag.
Yeah, it'll sit there for a while, and then eventually we'll be cleaning off the fucking desk, and it'll be like horrible shit. Horrible. I like it. That's the kind of shit where I would be embarrassed to hand that to you or anyone else and be like, I grew this. Like,
That's funny. Now, to speak of the auto talk, I didn't do any this year. I did one little one out there as a volunteer too, so I don't even know if it was an auto. But yeah,
I think we're gonna try something out at my dad's. I don't know what that'll look like because we don't want everything to get pollinated, so we'll have to figure out segregations and shit like that. But yeah, I figure if we do a couple batches or like do a whole bunch of those tiger lilies, right, and just keep one male or something like that, put him somewhere with a bunch of different and with a bunch of the females from that batch, and then also a bunch of the other stuff we have, and come up with some cool. I don't think I have any fuel autos. If anybody out there has fuel smelling autos, that would be fucking amazing. Work out seed swap or something.
Yeah, Rusty's fucking call. You're buying dispo weed, it's immediately RSO worthy.
Yeah. But do you even want to do that though?
The worst is though, like you can't even like criticize the customer because you can't see it.
That's the problem.
Like I want to always get like not mad at myself, but like I've done the same thing. Bought a bag. What the fuck is this?
Yep.
And then it's like, well, it's fucking is what it is, homie. Fucking.
The only good thing I could actually say about it is that at least the buds weren't like all ripped apart into little fucking pinky fingernail sized fucking chunks. Because that's the biggest thing that drives me nuts. Like, I am fully capable of fucking ripping my weed apart. I don't need you to pre-do it for me. Your weed's already way fucking over handled and processed. Yeah. Times.
Yeah, I made some seeds that do have auto in them. So it's like some of those might pop, not a very high percentage of them, but good. Yeah.
Well, back around the time that the show started, I was working a Exodus cheese auto by, was it my White Widow Afghani? I can't even recall anymore at this point, but I was just on the verge of trying to come up with my own auto flower strain because I've always kind of had the feeling that that would be the best situation for out here.
I've got regular auto seed, so I can send some. Let me see. I'll show you right here. Oh.
Well, like, once again, shout out to Magpie because that's the first time I've ever had regular autos in my hand to be able to play with. And we summons the major.
You summoned them. The green package. Light green. There it is.
Cheers, Major.
Just a handful seed. I believe he's from BC too, maybe. Jaw seed, just a handful. So there is there's 4 different kinds. One's platinum, one's to a tangy, one's to a Girl Scout cookie, one is to a blackberry from 420 Fast Buds, and they're all crossed to a male. The male was a Gorilla Glue times Lowrider. So it was a Gorilla Glue that was autoed with a Lowrider. So I guess crossed a Lowrider and worked until it was whatever. I've grown some of these. They're pretty good. But the best thing is they're regular, so your males and females. But we got Canada Post strikes, so
Yeah, it kind of throwing a wrench into everything.
yeah. It is, but we'll get over it.
Yeah, no, that's why I figured this. It's funny because it's ended up what it means really to me is that I've got to go out to stores to do Christmas shopping for people now. I realize that. But what I inadvertently found out today is so my daughter's 10 years old getting into makeup and stuff like that. So I'll get her some makeup things for Christmas, throw them in her stocking or however that folds. But I'm like, where do you go for makeup? I don't fucking know. And I go into this, we got some store called the Red Apple, kind of like a little mini cheap department store kind of thing, I guess. And when I went in there, looked for a back massager thing so that for the trim bin, so you can score more keef out of there. And as I'm like turning around to go out, there's like all this fucking makeup right there. And it's cheaper than I thought. I was like, fuck, man, like what's this kid gonna get me into? I realized that wasn't so bad. So now I know where to do part of her Christmas shopping. I'm still going to bring the old lady and make her pick stuff, though, because I don't trust myself to pick up makeup for girls. That's not my department. Here's some money. Go get. Find, please.
Oh, chat's always awesome.
Chat rules. But yeah, I got the back massager going in the trim bin. It's probably died by now. But it's like takes 3 AA batteries, like sweet. If I could pop those in, threw it in the trim bin. But problem is, so it's got like the 3 fingers or whatever on it, right? Like that. And you got to push down on a knob for like button kind of thing. It's sort of shaped like a mini doorknob up top. And that apply the pressure to get it to vibrate. There's no actual on-off switch on it. So I'm like, shit, now I got to figure out how to make this happen. So zap straps or zip ties, as some of our American friends will call them. That seems to work for now. You just put the zap strap on it and just let it go till it dies, I guess.
I seen some today. I was like, oh, these would be nice. And then I was like, these are $80 fucking pistol grip fucking ones, right? Yeah. Good. Not for that amount, but I wanted to get those Walmart little spider ones like you were talking. I did not. Yeah, I got to do more Christmas shopping. Yes.
I do my usual wait till the last minute thing. I thought I was going to be more on the ball, but then Canada Post was like, no, we're going to go on strike. So I was like, okay. This means I'm waiting then. Because it means I don't have to do it now for it to show up in the mail by then. It's kind of how the stance I decided to take on that.
Yeah, who knows how that's going to work out, right? Could be back, whatever. But I checked today. My mom was saying she was on the website or whatever, and they hadn't reached an agreement yet or anything. So.
Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Zap strap beats the only thing. Yeah, it's zip ties. That's what I call them. Zip ties. Those little suckers come in handy, especially as a dirt bike rider. And all the plastics are always held on by them fucking things.
Oh,
You always lose the bolts.
I think Major.
I got one on my bike and my snowmobile. I guarantee it.
Wow. Major's inferring that us BC people are far superior to the rest of the world. Thank you, Major. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing about the autos, man. No cloning. You gotta do that seed thing, and then I guess what would happen is you'd have to bring it down quite a few generations just to the point where you're actually popping, at least 5 out of 10 that are the same. Right?
Yeah.
I guess a couple phenotypes are all right as long as they're all going to finish in time.
Yeah, it should be fun. We'll make
I
it
didn't
happen.
really do much after the seed production on the autos. I did. Given some out, but they were, and most of them autoed all the testers I did send out, but they were very small. But everyone was a brand new grower as well, so. Oh,
See, I see. That's what I'm talking about. I wish my old lady could be that on the ball. And I say her because there's no way I would be fucking thinking about next Christmas before we're already at this Christmas. I have learned to not even think about shit until it's like a couple weeks ahead.
Yeah, it was me. 2 against 1. Start a poll: zap straps or zip ties.
Well, we already know though, like you did what the answer is. Say, but Major said, BC is far better. It's only a BC thing.
All right, I'll give you that.
Apparently, I didn't realize I was highfalutin.
Well, your pinky's up and everything.
Well, now, yeah. Actually, no. Speaking of which, we probably should do that.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go get a drink. I can pasty as a motherfucker.
Well, I see how this is. I say fucking dab time, and G-Bay runs for the fucking hills. Leaves me all solo like here. Not saying I wouldn't do the same thing to you. But I gotta warm this fucking thing up. Oh. Multitasking. Oh shit. Like witness me blow my place up. Okay, escaping propane or something. That would be very nice. That'd probably ruin
You ripping on me as I ran away there? Oh yeah. Come on, Major. No one can afford those ones. If you steal them from work, it's different.
I like being able to score stuff for work. It's nice. It's even like stupid shit, like just like last week or the week before, the guy I was working with, we were at the shop and he was grabbed some 5K wiper fluid out of our shop for the company truck, right, as we're on our way out to work in the morning. And I looks at me, he's like, "You want a jug?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take a fucking jug." Because this is, well, actually right before we went to Calgary. So you know you're going road tripping this time of year where it's probably going to be soggy outside. And
you guys have a pallet, I'm sure.
Not a pallet, but multiple boxes, right?
19 jugs, yeah.
So it's not like it's a expensive thing at all, but you know, a couple bucks that you save, it's still a couple bucks, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah.
All right, so we've clearly made it to the munchies section of the show, G-Bay. What are we hammering back there?
Oh, just something about pineapple.
Oh, that's still freaking pretty good, man. Fucking nutritious, good for you, and tastes amazing. This is one of the things I was just thinking today. I've gone in the last month or so, my eating habits have gone down considerably. Like I'm not eating as good as I normally do. And a lot of it has been a lot more processed sugar than I would typically be eating. And I was thinking that I need to kind of start getting a little bit away from that type of shit again.
Oh, God damn, that's good. What is that?
I could get down with that. Was it chocolate chip Kingfisher?
Smoking some pineapple.
Nice. Cheers, Colton. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Ooh, Hooli. I'm going to have to try that, buddy. I've seen weird stuff with the pineapple on the grill, but
I would like to try that. One of Delusional Eats over on Instagram. We've tried having them on the show a few times now, and it just, for whatever reason, never works out. Nothing against them. But, man, they do some infused watermelon slices that it's like the one thing where if they come up in conversation, me and Fluff will immediately both for fucking be like, oh, the pineapple. And like, yeah. I think it's something I want to start playing with now. When we were like, I've tried actually pineapple on pizza like twice in the last year, and it wasn't as bad as I remember it being for the last 30 years. Now I'm not going to start eating pineapple on my pizza, but it's, you know, it makes me think about I'm really fucking high and I don't remember where I was going. So the weed must be doing good.
Fuck you, Major. I'm okay. I'm going to say one thing. He's fucking right. Okay, this one is canned pineapple, but I do have fresh up there. I just cored and froze a fresh one that I use in my smoothies. I had a fresh pineapple and mango smoothie today. This is canned only because I had it and it was available and I ate it, but I usually have fresh pineapple, fresh fruit. I ate a fresh banana today. I'm not letting them get on. I haven't grown an auto in like a year. So shift your focus elsewhere.
This is a funny one here, Rusty. We're gonna be having meatloaf for dinner at some point this weekend. 100%. It's something that my daughter just let it be known that she actually likes meatloaf, which is for some reason I don't know, I assumed it wasn't one of her things. Maybe it wasn't her thing when she was little or something like that, but apparently they were having meatloaf for dinner last weekend when she was over here for the night, and her mom said something about that to her, and she got all bummed out about it. And it's like, oh wow, because I fucking love meatloaf. You know, like, I'll eat. I don't know. It's protein.
Is that what meatloaf is? Cow cake?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, to the comment here. Why is it that as an adult, I think the ketchup part is for kids, but it's like so fuck delicious? It's not. It's just...
I don't do ketchup, man. I've been like that since I was probably about my daughter's age, about 10 years old. I just, whatever. If it's on a burger when you get like fast food, I'll eat it, but that's about the only way. You won't see me putting it on French fries. You sure shit won't see me putting it in my craft dinner or on my eggs or anything like that. Good point. Good point.
Oh yeah. No, I've been trying to eat a little healthier too, but it's hard because I'm addicted to sugar. I realize that.
Yeah, I get really bad. Typically, historically, when I get bad for my eating processed sugar and stuff, it's when I'm on the road working because for that sugar rush or whatever, when you're sitting working in a hotel or something and you don't have the options at home, I'll have like a thing of fucking Oreos or something like that sitting there, and then I'll hammer back a ridiculous amount of them. And I've been into bringing stuff like that home for the last couple months, and like Fudgios. I've rediscovered Fudgios, something I probably haven't had since high school.
They're dead.
And now they're like freaking crack for some reason. So delicious, but it's not typically me. Like I've never been against processed sugar, but I don't usually eat lots of it. I'll more of I'll have a smoothie a day kind of thing, and that's kind of a lot more off time. No, it'll take care of the sugar rush. The bottle caps, man, the insane amount of bottle caps that I can eat. At some point, that's got to go, right? Because you know how you get like hooked on stuff for a little bit, right? And then it goes to the wayside, and then eventually you'll find something else to get hooked on again. That's got to happen soon, I would think, because it's taking up my ice cream eating time.
Don't do it, Hooli.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little tougher, when you're on the road. I say that too, like up here, when I'm not driving through the city. Like if you're driving through the city, it's different. You got anything you want.
Yeah.
Out here in the country, you got convenience stores and Tim Hortons and your what they call en routes on the highways. So it's like a gas station food plaza thing. And the shitty part is the menus are different and they're jacked up. I'm like, this is shitty. It's not even a regular Burger King. There's only certain items available, and they're fucking $4 more than they would be at the store in the town. But since it's on the side of the 400 series highway, it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's too bad. We in my town here, we got like an A&W and a DQ and a Subway, and we all got sick of those many years ago. So it's like when you do even go and eat, like say some fast food or something like that, it's like not even something that you fucking want. It's just like, well,
I had to plug the computer. We were dying.
I gotta say it. So I've basically been smoking the investment dog the entire time we've been doing this show, and I'm fucking skull fucked pretty good at this point. And even down this one, we're getting to a roach point here, and still has fuel taste. So this makes me happy. I can't wait till we're able to put full cures on it. And then also, I figured this one was taken down. I cut it on Sunday, I think. Probably should have come down like maybe today or tomorrow. So a little early, not too bad though. Not enough that I think it's going to make a huge difference. But the other two still have a week and a half to go, I think. So hopefully, we'll see how they do. That's good timing because it'll be just, it's getting into Christmas-ish time. So have some nice jars of freshly cured weed just in time for Merry Ho-Ho.
I'm looking at Rusty Nails comment here, meatloaf tacos. Now, I just had a little fucking thought with that, reading that. What about like a shepherd's pie taco? So you scoop in some nice seasoned ground beef, and then you scoop in some mashed potatoes and vegetables. Hit that shit up with a little bit of gravy or ketchup. Oh, yeah. Fucking stone talk. Mm-hmm.
Got a little violator right there.
Not bad.
So, like I said, the investment dog is still testers right now, right? I haven't had a chance to guard up, so we're still at the point where we're still buying weed, but as a lot of y'all know, violator is a big part of the Dalton's Pond cross that I have going on and like that. So it's a caribou favorite. It's still not as good as when it's funny, I've been thinking about it the last couple of weeks because the guys I work with, we all kind of get our weed from the same place in town. We're buying it on the free market. And the Violator hasn't been as good as it was in years at this point. And we work with another young fella who his mom was the lady that kind of was one of the big Violator people for fucking a lot of years, going back 30 plus years at this point. And at some point, they just stopped growing it as good. And I kind of thought about it was because she's almost like a falling down drunk and has been almost as long as I've known her. But she used to have a boyfriend, like a long-term boyfriend. They were together for a long time. And it was actually once he left that the weed turned to poor quality. And it makes me wonder who was actually doing the gardening when I think about that.
Yeah.
Because I got Violator off of them just like a month ago, maybe now. It's because I was thinking when the fella I work with, I was offering some. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you guys are back in business. Just stoked because we used to just get absolute fucking dank vial from them. And I was, it was a piss off. It was a bag of weed that I didn't want to smoke, that I paid more than I would on the free market anyways, but you're my buddy and I'm really happy that I'm going to possibly be getting some killer neat dank. And this shit's like, it was like maybe premature outdoor. I was starting to wonder if maybe not a lot of, it had a bit of Violator smell, but not hay, but it was like just didn't have much to it, you know, and like dried up, there's seeds in it.
Early pulled outdoor, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not digging on my shepherd's pie taco idea. Well, I guess, yeah, it's not called taco. Shepherd's pie wrapped in a tortilla. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can get down with some shepherd's pie.
Wrapped in a tortilla. There you
go. That's interesting thought. I might have to try that.
Real quick and easy ghetto shepherd's pie, ground beef, tater tots, loaded with cheese.
Fuck yeah, Jeffro. I get down with that, man.
That sounds fucking good.
Or another one for that is you do the same thing with your ground beef and all that, and then throw some salsa and cheese and some sour cream on there for Mexi fries. Ooh. That was one of my absolute favorites back in the day. There's a Mexican place in Prince George, my hometown, that I think it's actually still open, like fucking over 20 years later kind of thing. But like when I was working at a freight warehouse, we started ordering lunch from them pretty frequently and going to get it. Mexican fries was my thing. I used to call them boner fries. They were that damn fucking good. I shit you not. And then I'm sitting there in the dispatch office eating my lunch, and my mom calls, and eating the boner fries. Yeah, I said that. And forget my mom calls and she tells me that my Uncle D had just passed the night before, and they've never been as good since then. It's one of those things that was like one of my absolute favorite things. So I still eat them and I still enjoy them, but they're not as good. Cheers, Stony Creek. Skunk Ape.
Jamie Black. Going real, going authentic with the lamb and the shepherd's pie. Okay. I got the chat's just going off now.
I don't do, for some reason, I don't do lamb. I don't know if it's ever really been offered to me, but when I see it in the store, I'm like, no. Although there is a good chance that I've had it in Donairs before, because I do like Donairs. But usually they give you the choice of what you kind of meat you want there, and I'm pretty sure I don't pick lamb. I could be wrong. Maybe I have it.
I had an old job where the one chef, Al, he could cook some mean lamb chops. He had this way of doing it, these tiny ones. You get the ones with the bone on it still, and he put some sort of herb shit on it, and just I don't know if he was deep frying it or he was pan frying it or what he was doing, but it would come out like super rare and like really, really fried on the outside and crispy. And then he had this like fucking jelly mint shit that he'd dip it in or whatever. But fuck, was it ever good, man? It was like, wow, that's different. A little tinny, like, because I guess maybe with the blood or whatever, but fuck, it was good. But like $30 a plate for two little fucking things. So
that makes sense there, Stoney. Or cheers to you, grapes. But yeah, if that's what you've got in your area, yeah, you're gonna eat a lot of it.
Sorry. Oh, fuck, I'm laughing at Hoolie's comments. They mint jelly so you can eat it. They serve that shit right raw. Fuck.
That's awesome. Well, I'm looking at the time. It's about that time.
Oh yeah.
Shutting her down. I guess we'll pick the missus up and
get on with our nights.
Yeah. Figure out. Well, yeah, I already got something figured out. That's right. Cooked that last night. See, I was on the ball. This allows me to be lazy and do less today. Love it. I love it. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great night tonight. And we'll see you all Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday morning. Sounds about right. Hell yeah, guys. Ciao.